Chosen one, the fact that you are here, reading these words, is no accident. There is a stirring inside you, an ancient call, whispering that your life was never meant to be ordinary. You've always felt it, haven't you? A soft pull, a knowing. In your bones, that you were made for something greater. This moment isn't random, it's divine. God's plan for you has always included abundance, not lack. Overflow, not scarcity. Destiny, not defeat. And now, at this very hour, that plan is being activated. The season of waiting is over. The season of walking boldly has arrived. You were chosen to rise. Maybe you've spent years wondering, hoping, praying. Maybe you've whispered into the darkness, "When will it be my time?" Hear this clearly. Your time is now. Heaven has waited patiently for your spirit to be ready, and now you are. The doors that once seemed locked are creaking open, but they won't swing wide on their own. They respond to movement. They respond to your yes. Millions, yes, millions are already tied to your name, not for selfish gain, but for sacred purpose. You were never meant to barely get by. You were designed to overflow, to build, to bless. But the universe will not hand over its treasures to the hesitant. It moves with those who move. Chosen one, as you read these words, can you feel it? The invisible hand of destiny brushing against your soul? That tingle in your chest, that quickened heartbeat? It is heaven confirming you are ready. No more doubting, no more delaying, no more shrinking to fit spaces too small for your spirit. You are the expansion the world has been waiting for. This is why you must stay until the very end of this message, because revelation is coming, because keys are being handed out, and because you are one of the few trusted to receive them. Comment your boldest affirmation below. Write 77 to align your spirit with divine acceleration. Every word you release is an activation. Every declaration you type is a door swinging wider. Don't underestimate this moment. Don't let fear steal what faith has already authored. Maybe a voice inside you whispers, "But I'm not ready." Silence it. Readiness is a myth. Faith is movement. God isn't waiting for you to feel qualified. He's waiting for you to step forward. The first step is all he needs. Your trembling yes carries more weight in the spirit than 1,000 perfect plans. The winds of change are already swirling around you, but they will only lift those who dare to leap. Maybe you wonder, why me? Because you endured, because you stayed faithful when nobody noticed, because you kept believing when the evidence said otherwise. Heaven anoints the hidden before it crowns the visible. You passed tests that others fled. You stood in storms meant to destroy you. And now you are trusted with a greater measure. This is why the call feels louder now, because heaven has already decided, and it's simply waiting for your agreement. Chosen one, there is no more time to waste. Destiny doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It responds to courageous decisions. The window is open, but not forever. If you hesitate, the opportunity dims. If you delay, momentum dissipates. But if you act, even trembling, even unsure, you will unleash forces far greater than yourself. Type, "I am ready" in the comments. Let heaven record your obedience, because what you declare, you attract. What you honor, you multiply. And what you move toward, moves toward you. You don't need the full map. You don't need 100 confirmations. You only need the faith to take the first step. Because the moment you do, resources will align, doors will appear, helpers will be sent, favor will flood in, not because you earned it, but because you answered. This is the law of divine momentum. Heaven amplifies what you initiate. You were not made to survive. You were made to reign. You were not born to wish. You were born to walk in what was already written for you. And every second you delay, someone else's deliverance is delayed. You carry answers. You carry solutions. You carry light. The world is not waiting for a new celebrity. It's waiting for you, the real you, to finally say yes. Chosen one, heaven is leaning in. The angels are poised. The wind of favor is at your back. Will you move? Because when you do, everything changes. Not someday, not eventually. Now, this is your moment. This is your call. This is your confirmation. Say yes and watch the impossible become inevitable. Chosen one, if you are still here, still reading, still breathing, under the weight of these words, know this. You have already crossed a threshold many never reach. The fact that you remain engaged is not random. It is evidence of your readiness. It is the signature of your soul crying out, I am ready for more. And the heavens have heard you. Now, beloved, listen closely. The energy surrounding you has shifted. The vibration of your reality is trembling under the weight of divine instructions long sealed within you. You are no longer standing at the edge of possibility. You are standing at the gateway of fulfillment. But fulfillment requires something sacred. Movement. No destiny unfolds while you remain motionless. No promises manifest while you stay silent. No inheritance is claimed by those who delay. Heaven has aligned. The windows are open. The rivers are swelling. And yet, it is your decision that determines the flood. You see, there are realms of abundance that only respond to action. There are dimensions of destiny that only answer to courage. Chosen one, you have prayed enough. You have waited long enough. You have dreamed sufficiently. Now, the sound from heaven is not wait, it is move. Move with the faith that built worlds. Move with the authority that crowns kings. Move with the boldness that splits seas. The millions attached to your name are already swirling around your energy field, searching for permission to land. They are. Waiting not for your perfection, but for your propulsion. Every moment you hesitate, opportunities drift to those who are moving, but every time you move, you draw miracles closer. Comment boldly now. I move without hesitation. I rise without fear. Declare it because your voice is an instrument of activation. Your words are the architects of your atmosphere. Heaven moves with movers. Perhaps you wonder, but what if I fail? Chosen one, hear this clearly. Failure is not falling. Failure is refusing. To fly, you will not be judged by heaven based on how flawlessly you execute your assignment. You will be measured by your willingness to try, to leap, to obey even when clarity is lacking. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. Faith is obedience in the presence of it. You are not called to understand every step. You are called to take the next one. The millions tied to your destiny are hidden in the movements you have yet to make. They are not far away. They are folded inside your next decision. Imagine for a moment, what if the wealth you have prayed for is already ready, just waiting for you to act like you believe it exists? What if the opportunities you have cried over are already circling your atmosphere, waiting for the signal that you trust your calling enough to move? The delay you feel is not divine. It is the result of deferred decisions, but the moment you say yes, the heavens respond with acceleration. The moment you act, the barriers bow. The moment you trust, the overflow begins. Chosen one, you are being invited into a new flow, a flow where provision finds you, a flow where favor follows you, a flow where finances multiply around you. Not because you hustled harder, not because you fought fiercer, but because you aligned deeper. Alignment is the key, and alignment begins with action. You align when you move, as if the promises are already fulfilled. You align when you plan, as if the abundance is already assigned. You align when you decide that hesitation is no longer your language. Comment. Below now, I align with my destiny. I act in divine boldness, because every moment you declare your alignment, you draw destiny closer. Understand this. There is a version of you that wealth recognizes. There is a vibration inside you that activates provision. But that version of you only emerges when you move beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond perfectionism. The true you, the abundant you, the world-shaking you, comes alive when you walk in obedience, even when the map is incomplete. God did not design you to live cautiously. He designed you to live courageously. Every battle you have survived, every tear you have cried, every disappointment you have endured. It was training, not punishment, preparation. You were being fortified for a wealth that shallow foundations cannot sustain. You were being refined for an influence that fragile egos cannot carry. You were being trusted with a responsibility that the faint-hearted cannot bear. And now, heaven is signaling you are ready. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a feeling. It is a fact. It is the decree of heaven over your life. Beloved, you must understand. The world is shifting. The systems that once governed wealth are crumbling. New structures are emerging. New leaders are arising, and you, chosen one, are among them. You are not called to merely observe this transition. You are called to shape it. You are called to fund visions. You are called to rebuild ruins. You are called to establish new orders rooted in righteousness, not greed. The millions assigned to your life are not about luxury. They are about legacy. They are not about excess. They are about expansion. You will build schools. You will fund solutions. You will birth movements. You will set captives free. But none of it can happen if you remain paralyzed by fear. None of it can manifest if you wait for perfect conditions. None of it can materialize if you doubt your anointing. You are already enough. You are already assigned. You are already approved. Now you must act. Comment in faith. I step boldly into my assignment. I move in divine confidence. Because the earth is groaning for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God, and your manifestation is overdue. Maybe you think, but what if I lose everything? Chosen one, you already lost the version of life that was too small for you. You already lost the illusion that comfort was your calling. You already lost the attachments that kept you stuck. What you are gaining is infinitely greater. You are gaining impact. You are gaining clarity. You are gaining divine wealth tied to divine purpose. The risk is not in moving forward. The risk is in staying still, because stagnation is a silent thief. It steals dreams. It suffocates visions. It drowns destinies. But momentum is a multiplier. It magnifies miracles. It magnifies manifestations. It magnifies mission. Chosen one, this is your crossing over. You are leaving behind smallness. You are leaving behind survival mode. You are leaving behind limited thinking. You are stepping into overflow. You are stepping into expansion. You are stepping into divine dominion. But you must decide. Heaven cannot decide for you. Faith without movement is fantasy. Dreams without action are deception. You have everything you need to begin, not tomorrow, not next year, now. Comment with power. I choose obedience now. I move without delay. Because heaven records decisions, not desires, and your decision today shifts your destiny tomorrow. You were not chosen to wish. You were chosen to walk. You were not called to fantasize. You were called to fulfill. You were not anointed to wait. You were anointed to work. Not work in toil, work in trust, work in divine ease, work in supernatural flow, where grace opens doors effort never could, where favor funds dreams hustle never could, where destiny accelerates in ways logic never could predict. You are not at the mercy of circumstances. You are the command center of creation around your life. You are not a victim of delays. You are the activator of divine timelines. Move, beloved, move, because the ground has been prepared. The path has been cleared. The angels have been dispatched. The resources have been released. The only missing piece is your yes. Chosen one, this is not just about wealth. This is about witness. This is not just about income. This is about impact. This is not just about success. This is about significance. When you rise, you give others permission to rise. When you walk boldly, you light the way for generations. When you obey radically, you leave a legacy that outlives you, and that is the true measure of divine wealth. It is not measured in numbers. It is measured in names written in destiny because you dared to move. It is measured in systems transformed because you dared to believe. It is measured in lives liberated because you dared to obey. Chosen one, hear this final truth. You are not being called because you are flawless. You are being called because you are faithful. You are not being trusted because you are perfect. You are being trusted because you are available. Heaven is not waiting for your performance. It is waiting for your permission. And when you give it, the earth will shake with the impact of your yes. The heavens will thunder with the acceleration of your obedience. And the millions you once only dreamed of will manifest faster than you ever imagined, because divine timing is not based on human calendars. It is based on alignment, and you, beloved, are aligned. Move now. The floodgates are waiting. The harvest is ready, the blessing is ripe. Step into it, own it, command it, because you were born for such a time as this. Chosen one, what you are feeling stirring inside of you is not confusion. It is confirmation. It is the undeniable proof that you are standing at the tipping point of your own transformation. You are not who you used to be. You are not where you used to be, and you are not bound by what once bound you. The old season has expired. The old limitations have shattered. The old fears have lost their power. You are stepping into a dimension of life where you no longer ask for permission to rise. You recognize you were already crowned before you ever questioned your worth. Chosen one, the shackles that once held you were made of lies. The lie that you were too late, the lie that you were too flawed, the lie that you were too much, or somehow not enough. But the truth has always been stronger than the lie. And the truth is this: you were born to disrupt. You were born to rebuild. You were born to rise. And now, every hesitation you still cling to must be laid down at the altar of obedience, because what is coming cannot be carried by hands that are still tied to yesterday's fears. You must let go. Let go of the narrative that you have to be perfect, to be powerful. Let go of the idea that you need every detail before you can decide. Let go of the belief that you need the approval of the small-minded to step into the destiny crafted by the divine. The time for seeking validation has passed. The only validation you need is the pulse of purpose beating in your spirit, growing louder with every passing moment. Listen to it, move with it, trust it, because heaven is not asking you to understand everything. Heaven is asking you to trust enough to act, and your act of faith will initiate a chain reaction that no force in hell can stop. Comment boldly below, I let go of fear. I rise in faith. I move in divine boldness. Your declaration is not just a statement. It is a signal. It is a surrender. It is a sacred agreement. Chosen one, there is a reason the pressure feels so intense right now. Pressure precedes birth, and what you are carrying is not just for you. It is for nations. It is for generations. It is for every soul assigned to your voice, your hands, your movement. The warfare you faced is not proof that you missed it. It is evidence that you are closer than you realize. If you could see the armies of angels gathering around you, if you could hear the songs of heaven declaring your victory, you would never doubt again. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are fortified. You are commissioned. You are chosen. And now you must rise, not later, not someday, but now, chosen one. Your next level will not come because you negotiated with fear. It will come because you refuse to let fear have the final word. Fear is loud, but it is a liar. It will tell you that the risk is too great. It will tell you that you are not ready. It will tell you that you are foolish to believe. But you must remember, faith speaks louder. Faith says, even if I don't see it yet, I move. Faith says, even if I tremble, I trust. Faith says, even if the way looks impossible, I know the Waymaker is with me. You don't have to feel fearless to be faithful. You simply have to move. You simply have to say yes. You simply have to trust that heaven always backs the bold. Comment now with power. I choose faith over fear. I choose movement over comfort. You must understand, every great story in history began with a decision, not a perfect plan, not a guaranteed outcome, a decision. The heroes of faith you admire were not perfect. They were persistent. They moved even when they didn't have the map. They believed even when they faced mountains. They acted even when all odds screamed otherwise. And because they moved, history remembers them. Now, it is your turn. Your story is waiting to be written in the ink of obedience. Your legacy is waiting to be sealed by your courage. Your inheritance is waiting to be unlocked by your action. The heavens are poised. The earth is groaning. The stage is set, and all that is missing is your move. Chosen one, you must stop rehearsing your excuses. You must stop rehearsing your fears. You must stop preparing to prepare. It is time to execute. It is time to build. It is time to birth. There are dreams inside you that have been gestating for years, ideas that have lingered too long, visions that have been pushed aside, waiting for the perfect time. But the perfect time is a myth. The perfect time is now, because when you move, perfection is birthed in the process. When you act, clarity comes in motion. When you leap, the net appears. Comment with authority. I build without fear. I birth my vision now. Because heaven moves with movers. Provision finds builders. Favor floods the faithful. Do you not see it yet? The alignments happening behind the scenes, the sudden opportunities, the unexpected open doors, these are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Confirmations that your yes is pulling miracles into motion. Confirmations that your obedience is reshaping realities. Confirmations that your faith is creating favor. Chosen one, you have lingered long enough in preparation mode. Now it is time for production mode. The world is waiting not for another dreamer, it is waiting for a doer. It is waiting for the tangible manifestation of what heaven hid inside you. It is waiting for your work to walk into rooms your words have been praying for. It is waiting for your influence to infiltrate industries that have been crying out for righteous reformers. You are not just carrying a dream, you are carrying deliverance. You are not just birthing a business, you are birthing a movement. You are not just chasing a goal, you are fulfilling a God-given assignment. Chosen one, this is your call to action. This is your call to courage. This is your call to divine movement. Do not let the fear of failure rob you of the fragrance of fulfillment. Do not let the comfort of the familiar steal the crown of the extraordinary. Do not let the smallness of your surroundings suffocate the largeness of your spirit. You were made for more. You were anointed for greater. You were fashioned for overflow, and the floodgates are trembling, waiting for the sound of your steps. Comment now. I break free. I rise higher. I fulfill my divine assignment, because the heavens have sounded the alarm. The earth is groaning in expectation. The future is leaning forward, whispering your name, and the next move belongs to you. You are closer than you think. You are stronger than you know. You are braver than you feel. Everything you have walked through, every trial, every tear, every test was shaping you for this moment. The fire did not consume you, it crowned you. The storm did not drown you, it developed you. The waiting did not waste you, it weaponized you. Now you are ready, not perfect, but prepared, not flawless, but fortified, not finished, but faithful. And faith is all heaven needs to unleash favor beyond your imagination. Chosen one, this is your time, not tomorrow, not next year. Now the world is waiting, the heavens are watching, the gates are opening, and you are rising. Move, beloved. Move boldly. Move quickly. Move joyfully. because every step you take from this moment forward will echo in eternity. You are not just walking into a new season. You are walking into your original design. You are not just stepping into abundance. You are stepping into assignment. You are not just receiving wealth. You are releasing impact. This is the unfolding. This is the uprising. This is your awakening. Move and never look back. Chosen one, you have crossed a threshold you cannot return from. You have stepped into a season where your past can no longer claim you. The old cycles, the old limitations, the old fears, they have expired. The life you once knew is no longer sufficient for the soul you have become. You have outgrown the places that tried to confine you. You have outlived the doubts that tried to define you. And now, heaven calls you forward with a voice too loud to ignore. Do not look back. Not because the past has any power over you, but because your gaze must be fixed on where God is leading you. The future is not behind you. The future is not beneath you. The future is rising to meet your faith. Chosen one, you must understand, to turn back now would cost more than it would ever save. The weight of regret is heavier than the fear of unknown territory. The pain of what if is sharper than the temporary discomfort of bold obedience. You were not called to a life of wondering what could have been. You were called to a life of walking boldly into what must be. Every cell in your body is sensing the urgency. Every fiber of your spirit is vibrating with divine momentum. This is your crossing. This is your launch. This is your irreversible move into destiny. There is no more room for excuses. There is no more tolerance for delay. There is no more conversation with fear. You are not negotiating with your future. You are commanding it. Comment below with boldness. I move forward without hesitation. I claim my destiny without apology. Let your words strike the atmosphere. Let your declaration seal your decision, because heaven moves with those who decide without doubt. The road ahead is not paved with certainty, but it is paved with promise. And every promise God speaks comes with a guarantee. If He said it, He will do it. You are not stepping onto an unknown path. You are stepping into a pre-written victory. You are not risking your life. You are realizing your calling. The same God who called you is the God who carries you. The same Spirit who whispered to your heart is the Spirit who now roars through your bones. You are not alone on this journey. The angels are assigned. The way has been prepared. The provision is already waiting for your movement. Comment in faith. I trust the path even when I cannot see it. I move in divine confidence. Chosen one, this is not a rehearsal. This is the real stage. This is not preparation anymore. This is performance. The dreams you have been nurturing in silence are ready to be born into visibility. The visions you have guarded in your heart are ready to be manifested in your hands. But dreams are not born through wishing. They are birthed through walking. Visions are not released through fantasizing. They are released through fierce obedience. You have waited long enough. You have prepared long enough. You have prayed long enough. Now it is time to move. Move even if your knees shake. Move even if your voice trembles. Move even if you feel the fear trying to follow you, because the fear cannot cross over with you unless you carry it. And you, beloved, are called to carry faith, not fear. You will not die in transition. You will thrive in transformation. You will not falter under pressure. You will flourish under promise. The giants ahead are no match for the God within you. The obstacles ahead are mere stepping stones for your story. Every weapon formed against you will crumble under the weight of your obedience. Every lie spoken against you will dissolve in the light of your testimony. Every delay that once seemed like denial will be revealed as divine design. Chosen one, the delays made you deeper. The battles made you braver, the heartbreaks made you heavier in glory, and now you carry something the earth has been groaning for, a living, breathing evidence of what happens when heaven touches human hearts. You are the proof that promises prevail. You are the proof that faith finishes what it starts. Comment with power. I am the proof of God's promises. I am the living evidence of victory. Do not entertain the voices of fear. Do not replay the failures of the past. The enemy will attempt to distract you with familiar sounds. But you must be deaf to anything that contradicts destiny. You must be blind to anything that dilutes your boldness. You must be immune to anything that tries to intimidate your movement, because you are not stepping into battle alone. You are stepping into battle already crowned, already anointed, already assigned, already assured. The victory was secured before the battle began. Chosen one, the moment you decided to move forward, heaven released a shift in your favor. The winds began to blow behind your back. The currents of divine favor began to surge beneath your feet. The acceleration of purpose began to pull you faster than logic could explain. You are being propelled, not by human strength, but by divine sovereignty. You are being elevated, not by striving, but by surrender. You are being positioned, not by manipulation, but by manifestation. Comment in alignment. I flow in divine favor. I rise in divine strength. I fulfill my divine mission, because your agreement accelerates your assignment. Your obedience multiplies your opportunities. Your surrender intensifies your speed. You were not created to crawl through this life. You were created to soar. You were not designed to blend in. You were designed to break through. You were not anointed to survive. You were anointed to shake systems. You were not marked for mediocrity. You were destined for dominion. Everything you need to rise is already inside you. The wisdom, the strength, the strategy, the courage. Heaven did not leave you lacking. Heaven left you loaded. Now it is time to unlock what has been hidden inside. Chosen one, this is the day your future has been waiting for. This is the hour your destiny has been pregnant with. This is the moment your spirit has been prepared for. Do not delay, do not doubt, do not detour. Move. Move with fire. Move with fearlessness. Move with finality. Because you have already crossed the point of no return. And what lies ahead is not just possibility. It is prophecy fulfilled. Comment now with unshakable faith. I move boldly into my promised future. I will not turn back. I am chosen. I am ready. I am rising. The heavens agree. The earth awaits, and your destiny is unfolding in real time. Move. And never look back. Chosen one, you have come too far to turn back now. You have crossed deserts of delay, scaled mountains of opposition, walked valleys of hiddenness. You have survived battles meant to break you. You have endured seasons meant to discourage you. But here you are, standing at the threshold of fulfillment. Do you feel it? The atmosphere around you is charged. The air itself is thicker with expectation. The heavens are leaning closer. The earth is holding its breath, because something monumental is about to break through your life. Something generations have prayed for. Something your ancestors hoped for. Something your spirit has long carried in silence. It is not a coincidence you are still standing. It is confirmation. You are moments away from stepping into manifestations bigger than your imagination. But hear this sacred truth. The greatest opposition often comes just before the greatest breakthrough. The resistance you feel now is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to push. Push with your faith. Push with your prayers. Push with your persistence. Because the final moments of labor are always the most intense, but they are also the most critical. You do not quit when the crown is about to show. You do not abandon the assignment when heaven is moments away from shouting, "Now!" Chosen one, the pressure you feel is the prophecy pressing its way into manifestation. The shaking around you is not destruction, it is delivery. Comment with conviction. I push through. I persevere. I receive my divine promise, because your push releases your promise. It may look dark, but light is about to break forth. It may feel heavy, but grace is about to lift you higher. It may sound silent, but heaven is thundering on your behalf. You are closer than you know. You are nearer than you feel. You are seconds from seeing what you sowed in secret bloom in public. The prayers you thought went unheard have built altars in the spirit realm. The tears you thought were wasted have watered the soil of your future. The battles you thought were punishment were preparation for the weight of the glory about to settle on your life. Chosen one, this is not the end of your story. This is the unveiling of your next chapter. A chapter drenched in favor, a chapter overflowing with fulfillment, a chapter charged with divine acceleration. But you must not let weariness rob you now. You must not let the noise of fear drown the voice of faith. You must not allow temporary pain to sabotage permanent promise. This is the moment where your decision matters most. Not how strong you feel, not how much evidence you see, but the decision to stand anyway, the decision to push anyway, the decision to believe anyway. Heaven is not measuring your feelings. Heaven is measuring your faith. Comment boldly, I stand firm, I push forward, I believe without seeing. Because faith sees what eyes cannot. Faith hears what ears cannot. Faith knows what logic denies, and your faith is about to be rewarded openly. Chosen one, the enemy knows he cannot steal what God has assigned to you. He can only tempt you to forfeit it through fear, through fatigue, through frustration. But you must recognize the tactics. You must discern the distractions. You must silence the noise. Because what God has for you is non-negotiable. It will not be auctioned to another. It will not be reassigned. It is your name on it. It is your fingerprint on it. It is your legacy tied to it. And the only thing heaven requires now is your agreement, not your perfection, not your performance, not your pedigree, just your yes, just your push, just your persistence. Chosen one, you were not built for collapse. You were built for conquest. You were not wired for surrender. You were wired for supremacy. You were not designed to wither under pressure. You were designed to win under it. The strength you need is already inside. The courage you need has already been seeded in your soul. The victory you crave has already been written with your name on it. Now move like you believe it. Speak like you believe it. Push like you believe it, because belief without action is barren, but belief with action births miracles. Comment now with force. I move in belief. I speak in belief. I birth miracles through belief, because your belief is building bridges to blessings. You must see beyond the temporary turbulence. You must anchor your soul beyond the shaking. You must plant your feet beyond the battlefield, because what awaits you on the other side is not just a personal blessing. It is a generational breakthrough. It is a historic shift. It is a ripple effect of righteousness that will echo through time. Your obedience today writes freedom into the stories of those who will come after you. Your persistence today plants seeds in soils you may never even walk on, but generations will harvest. Your yes today unlocks doors that no man can shut. Chosen one, the reward is greater than the risk. The promise is heavier than the pressure. The future is brighter than the fight. You have survived what others could not. You have endured what others would not. You have believed when it would have been easier to bow to disbelief, and heaven has taken notice. The archives of eternity have recorded your tears, your trials, your triumphs, and the scales of justice are tipping in your favor. You are about to be compensated for every secret sacrifice. You are about to be repaid for every unseen seed. You are about to be restored beyond your wildest dreams. But you must push one more step, one more prayer, one more declaration, and you will see the goodness of God explode over your life like a flood. Comment now with a declaration of victory. I finish strong. I push until breakthrough. I step into my divine reward. Because the heavens are leaning low, the angels are standing ready, the earth is groaning with anticipation, and your destiny is roaring. Now, Chosen one, push, push without hesitation, push without fear, push without looking back, because you are closer than you realize, and your reward will be greater than you imagined. Go. Go with fire. Go with power. Go with faith, because you are living in the age you once only prayed for, because you are walking in the fulfillment you once only dreamed of, because you are breathing in the manifestation you once only dreamed of. Move with courage, move with joy, move with peace, because heaven has spoken. It is done.